Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Hard Nosed Derby Podcast. Whew.
It's been a minute.
Man. We are not live from the Filthy Dungeon. We are live from the Bay Millers Outdoor Oasis.
Hoasis. Can't really say hoasis when we're married, so that doesn't really get to count.
Well, we apologize. I mean, straight up.
Kind of hard to do without no equipment.
We've got new equipment now. Did a little logo change.
We have a mobile setup and then a permanent setup.
Yep. Dakota has decided to take a couple steps back. He's wanting to spend some more time with his family and
he wants to run.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get back to the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And he had a lot on his plate anyway, man. The dude's busy.
Horses and work. His work schedule is crazy. It's bouncing back and forth from
building
nights
cars.
to days.
He's got kids showing animals, and he's got fair stuff to do. And
yeah, he's got a load without a doubt. You know, but it had, like I said, it's been a minute. So, you know, the last thing we had, the Track Shot guys hanging out with Bobby and Skinny at Mother's Day Madness.
Oh, that night before. I knew it was time for me to lay down whenever I seen 2 o'clock roll around.
I went to bed, and then next thing I know, Bobby's trying to climb on top of me before he went to his room.
You got mounted.
I did.
Straight up.
I'm just really glad there was no penetration. Because that would have been real awkward the next day at the show.
That would have made an awkward breakfast. Those dudes, top notch.
Yes.
Holy shit. I had so much fun with them guys. We went out, ate a little Mexican food, drank a couple margaritas. I don't know if Decker's supposed to be hearing this.
They were off the clock. They were off of the clock. But the show itself...
110 cars.
Really didn't have much of a hitch in it.
No.
You know, we had talked so long that we weren't ready. Well, it was going to happen regardless if we was ready or not.
No, those drivers were there.
And wow.
Had some, had the normal discrepancies in the tech line.
That's every show.
Part of it.
Yep, every show. Some of the guys, they were willing to change. They changed some stuff.
And other guys weren't, and they throw them back on the trailer. And
save them for another day.
And stayed for the show, though.
Yeah, they did. Well, that just gave them a reason to drink beer.
Oh, yeah. Which, wow. 110 cases of beer we sold.
103.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We didn't bring a few back.
We saved 2 cases.
Yep.
Sold out of food by 8 o'clock. We had no idea that was going to happen after what was brought there.
Man, we're learning.
You just really don't know what kind of a crowd that you're going to have.
Well, let's talk about the shit show leading up to this. We show up.
We don't have enough time.
In Palmyra, Missouri on Friday. There's 6 inches of mud on the track.
Yep.
Everybody's running around. What are we going to do? Still raining a little bit. I was like, don't touch it. We're not going to touch it.
We had lime.
Bought, I think, 13 or 14 ton
of lime, yep.
Didn't need it.
Nope. But it did help on that pull-off section there, so.
Pits were fine.
That's what 70 degrees
and wind
will do to a grass area.
And if you all missed that show, all you got to do is hit up Track Shot Live, man. Right there, free 99. Watch it as many times as you want.
Yep, just go to YouTube, punch up Track Shot Live, and it'll come up Mother's Day Madness, and just click on it, and you watch it just as it was viewed from the bleachers.
Oh, yeah, you can get to hear my awkward ass talk a little bit.
CJ.
Oh, yeah,
CJ got on there. But, we made Facebook posts about appreciative to everybody that had a hand in it, from the safety guys to
The ladies
Blaine
throwing
Perigo
burgers.
coming cooking. I mean, dude showed up at 10 o'clock with a smoker he's never used.
And that dude put in work.
Yes, he did. I don't know how many cases of burgers he cooked, but there was a lot.
We had Shelby Heathman slinging beers. I think my father-in-law got in on that too.
Yep. It was a really good show. It went about as fast paced as we would have liked it.
You know, that split track thing worked perfect.
You even changed octaves.
Oh,
Perfect.
dude, it did. I mean, how much better could that have worked? I mean, we had street stock cars on the north end. We had the compacts on the south end. I mean, we would throw the green over here, run the street stock, and then as soon as we throw the checkered over there, we'd jump over to the compact side, throw the green. I mean, just bam, 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 bam. So uniform.
I had no idea that we would actually had to put water on the track.
Oh, I know. Twice.
Water, twice.
Twicey.
Yes. The guys that Dakota wrangled up to do the dirt work, which, hell,
Oh, dude,
Cy
they
got,
killed it.
You know, Cy got in a truck most of the day on Friday afternoon because we actually had to haul dirt from the far north end of that property up to the track to build the walls up. And we couldn't leave the walls up because they have a concert or something going on.
So all that had to come out of there.
Yes, that had to come back out on Sunday.
Which, you know, Jerry Lyerly helped a bunch with that because he gave us, his hoe.
And Justin.
And Justin. I don't think Justin expected that.
Which show are you talking about?
Both.
Justin or the hose?
Both hose.
Oh, both hose.
Both hose.
You know, and Justin, he swung that thing around plenty of times. He knew what he was doing. He was moving the shit out of dirt.
Yeah, he was loading up
And
2 dump trucks in 10 minutes.
And I think the dirt guys, that was Adam Dimwitty. And he's from over that direction.
Yep.
You know, all the way down, you know, awesome tech guys. The ladies taking money. At one point, I had Will White at a gate. He was like, "Hey, man, you look like you need some help." I'm like, "You have zero clue."
On how much help we need right now.
Yeah. And he was like, "Man, what can I do?" I was like, "Haha, you stand right here. You stand right here. I'm going to go get you a money box and some authority."
Yep. Yep, some don't give a shit bands. Because it was normal. People that were paying on the spectator side wanted to come and sit on the pit side.
Yeah, but that being our second show we've ever had there, not ever have split that place the way we did.
Correct.
There was some confusion. We worked with everybody that we could. There was some people that were pissed off. I was a dick a couple times. It is what it is. Hell, I'm used to it. I got broad shoulders.
It's like we said, we knew it wasn't going to go off without a hitch. We just wanted to keep it pretty minimal, and I think that did happen.
You know, one of these days we might get this figured out. It'll probably be about the time we're done with it.
That's, y'all, even music-wise, you know, my last show, everybody thought was my best show.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you put forth
Oh, yeah.
every amount of energy that you had that one last time, and then everything just goes pretty much flawlessly, except I got drunk on my last show. But maybe that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Maybe we just need to start drinking about noon. Have Mama Kelly bring some of her Bloody Marys to start the day off.
Just anything. She can make up any concoction. I'll drink it. Hell, speaking of Kelly, we had her back there screaming and yelling at people for us at the driver's meeting because PA and stuff was cutting out and whatnot. But
Yep.
Kelly's got a voice. She knows how to use it.
Her voice carries. That it does. Her voice carries. And
We got to see my wife out on the track manhandling bumpers and tires. And
I think she was sore for a few days after that. She did get sunburnt so bad her nose blistered.
blistered. That's
Yeah,
real
like
happened.
blistered.
But just like I told her, they make stuff to keep that from happening.
Yeah, I don't. I think I had this same issue going on right now. So my wife says, "Well, I don't really feel sorry for you, stupid."
It happens. And then we've got like we can get out of the logistics side of it because nobody gives a shit about that anyway. Just as long as the show worked. Okay, tech line. We started tech at what time? We started tech 9:00.
We got
cars there. Teddy Papadopoulos beat me there.
And I was like 5 minutes ahead of you, and he beat me there.
He said, "What's for breakfast?" And I was like, "I don't even know where I'm at yet."
Hardee's was for breakfast.
So, Teddy was our test pig on the pits.
Yep.
We throwed him right out there. Got unloaded, man, and then it just seemed like clockwork. Steady line of people.
Yep. Yeah.
Because there was no time during tech or even whenever we were getting cars in to get signed up and everything. There wasn't one time that I was like, man, we're not going to have enough cars. We're not going to have enough cars. Because it was steady.
Which we had talked, anybody that was there after 2:00 was not going to run. We had a group of guys over from almost to Indiana that called and said, "Hey, we are on our way. We are stuck in traffic in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
There was a wreck on I-70 or something like that." We said, "Dude, we'll work with you." He said, "Man, GPS says we're going to get there about 2:05. I was like, "Well, you gave us over an hour. Heads up.
You're good.
We're not that big of dicks."
Well, man, we allowed ourselves an hour.
Yep.
And ended up using that in about another one.
Yeah.
But we tried to get as thorough of a tech as we can. And, we threw some new guys in on our compact rules. We had some discrepancies there. We're working on it. It's all a learning experience to us. I mean,
it is. And when you got, a lot of those guys run east of the river, Mike Brown stuff, and they have a considerably different rule set.
Well, they do and they don't. And a lot of that's interpretation.
It is.
And we will bring those gray areas to light. Jake Schaefer, I think he did a hell of a job for being thrown in on what he was.
Him and Greg both.
But Greg knows the rules.
Correct.
Like Greg,
Greg knows our rules.
Yeah. And, there was even some stuff in there that Greg come to me and he was like, I don't like the way that's wrote. And I was like, sorry. I apologize.
Didn't write those.
I didn't write those.
Yeah. But just, give to the shout outs to the guys who came in. They showed up. They showed out. Last few cars was Ed and Ted.
Yeah.
And Trey, and Eddie had right front locked up pretty good earlier in the show. Trey and
Eddie drove to win that show.
He did. We
didn't get to see Wildman Eddie out there.
Nope. Trey and
Rob, he was out there poking and stroking.
That's one of the. Usually, Rob uses his head a little bit more.
Not out there. He was just using the nose.
And Trey uses a little bit in the nose. Well, I think they switched positions for that night, and they did some damage. Caddy's bent. Vic's bent. Lincoln's bent.
Oh.
A lot.
Yeah.
All of them. And everything, even with that build style that of the street stocks, we all know it's not a mod car. It's going to bend, but those bent.
Well, everybody heard the episode, where we went and talked to Landon and Cody. Those were clean builds. Clean.
Yes, sir.
Good, hard cars. Wow.
Well, I had to call. I actually called Cody and I said, "Hey, I'm just calling you to check on you." He said, I could not use a come along today.
That's what I would have said too.
He was pretty sore. you know, those guys, they went, they drove, you know, just like he was talking. And that would be
John Deere beer.
John Deere beer. You know, Landon and Cody, they drove really well as a team. The last episode that we did before Mother's Day, that's what they were really looking for, to see how they measured up.
I think throw away the tape measure now. They're good.
Yeah, they're good.
Landon Wing gets a no surrender award.
Yeah, Landon, at one time, I'm pretty sure I counted 6 different cars hitting him within a period of about
I
5
caught a little
seconds.
discrepancy on that, you know, because I kind of supposed to be
let's throw this out now. Okay, this was a team show.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. You know, I caught some. I did. I caught a little shit over that. Why weren't you calling them off? Well,
What did we call you? There had to be daylight.
yep. And
between
I
one car to
was
the
doing
next.
everything I could besides physically going out there and pushing the car back myself.
Yep.
Anybody can go back and watch. Like I said, we're not perfect. I've never claimed to be. I'm as close as you can get. But I am not 100% perfect. Because I had a guy call me and he was like, hey, such and such was out of time. Go back and watch the video. I was like, you know, I can do that, or I can just take your word for it. He might have been out of time. I'm sorry.
Correct. We're human.
This
We're
isn't
not
click.
robots. Yeah.
I can't run this
pause
back.
and rewind it back.
But I can, you know, you can only see so many parts of the track at one time. And we're always out there for driver safety. Yes, we want everything to be as fair as possible. But a lot of our guys are watching where the action's at.
Yes.
So if we miss a car for 15 seconds, you know, that it's set there before we get them on the clock, we're sorry. We're concerned about catching the driver's door hit that you're going to come up and want to fight me after the show over.
Correct.
That I missed because I was watching such and such down there that was a dead car that should have been on the clock 15 seconds sooner.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
The stock class.
You know, Landon wasn't even salty about that, though.
No, he was sore.
Sore, but not salty.
It did knock his glasses completely inside of his helmet off of his face.
Yeah.
We're
But
gonna have
did
to
you
get him
see-
some nerd strap?
Did you see what he was putting in work, though?
Yeah.
Especially for being... Dude, he didn't have an opportunity to drive for a minute. He was just holding on.
Correct. Because he drove. I mean, he flat drove. In my opinion, I told him after the show, I was like, dude, I'm proud of you. He said, what, for getting my ass whipped? I said, no, you run your balls off. You laid shots. You took shots. When it bellied out and it said it was done with, you broke off. He said, well, man, I thank you. And we didn't really get a chance to talk to Cody. He was kind of too busy loading his stuff up and pretty sore. He took a pretty much width of the track shot in the ass when he wasn't ready for it. You know, we had to talk to Austin Johnson afterwards, made sure he was okay. Austin never wears a seatbelt. Never wears a seatbelt. And he told me, he said, this thing is probably going to, we knew it was going to get turned up a little bit, so I went ahead and I put my lap belt on. Well, he hit third gear
And stroked Eddie.
and hit Eddie on one end to the other, and Austin said it felt like my insides just came out. We've talked to that before, Clayton. You know, in the little cars, what they do to your insides, and he was pretty hurting. He was pretty sore. But
You know, we had a couple of injuries at that show. And this one wasn't on the track, but Zach O'Neill.
that was bad.
Real bad. Have you talked to him since?
I haven't.
I talked to him the other day, and it's not good.
Tendons.
Oh, yeah, he's going back in for surgery. They're talking like 6 weeks, not using his hand.
Oh my.
And, man, I hate that for that dude because Zach's such a good dude. He picks and chooses where he runs because he tries to support local, and, you know, the dude's busy, and he gets a chance to come out and jump in on something like that, and working on his car of all places,
Yeah.
cuts piss out of his hand.
Yeah.
And poor Junior. Poor Junior.
Yeah, Junior, I apologize that our safety guy took you out in my golf cart. I really do.
The
I'm
only
sorry.
thing, Junior, and I hate to say this, I wish we would have got it on video. I do. That would have been the new face of Filthy Promotions right there.
We need
Hey,
a point of
safety's
view.
first, and we will be the first on the scene. And Junior, you got to see our safety crew firsthand. I mean,
I want the video from Junior's, from like a GoPro on Junior's
you
head.
want the POV?
Yes,
right
I
there.
want that
Just-
point of view because I didn't get to see it.
I did
Somebody said,
firsthand.
"Hey, Si, just smoked Junior Cardwell with your golf cart."
And Junior, I asked if you were okay first. I did. And they were like, "Oh, yeah, he's fine." And I'm still giggling about it. I'm not gonna lie. And I hate that. I hate that that's how it went down. But man.
But the compacts turned up. The gut and go guys, the only thing that we really had an issue with any of those guys is they're used to such a big track. Anytime we had
We
one of
piped
their
them
shows.
down.
We did.
Our track was too fast for them.
Oh, they.
And I know I'm gonna catch some bullshit over what I just said right there. But we don't need anybody dying in that class.
No.
And if we put them on that football field, well, actually bigger than a football field,
Yeah.
because I think we were 160 or 70 wide,
Yeah.
and right at 300 long.
Yeah, they were kind of just, well, we're used to a big track. We can maneuver a little bit better. Like he said, we piped you down a little bit.
We still got to see some hits.
Oh, there was. There's just, there's no full send hits.
I've been telling myself I wasn't going to bring him up on this podcast just because he drives me insane. But John Hendren had the crowd so pumped up
He did.
whenever they were over there in that van and just taking wheel shots. And John was halfway out of the van waving them on.
Come on, do it again, do it again, do it
And
again.
the crowd was loving it.
Yep.
So I guess, John, thanks for doing that.
It's probably going to be the only time anybody's ever going to hear
Thanks, John.
that name and that comment in the same sentence. Compacts did work. Stock cars.
Holy shit.
Stock cars. Eddie boys.
Everybody swears they're cheating.
Guess what? Every one of them bent.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them bent. I actually talked to Jarek after, and I was like, man, I wish half of you guys would move up to a street stock and half of you guys stay in stock. He said, well, why is that? I was like, because you guys all drive together, you take everybody out, and then you're beating the shit out of each other. I really wouldn't want to hit on my brother, my dad, my cousin, my uncle, however you need to do it, but
Dustin Kelsey was hurting them.
yes. Yeah, I'm
If
glad
it hadn't been for that beak coming through that door,
that freaked him.
yeah, and I completely get it. Well, and I talked to Dustin straight up, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, man, because I know he's not the type like he'll take a complete ass whooping.
He will. He don't
And
give
not
a
care.
shit.
That car was built, I think, for Tennessee, maybe. Whenever they were all going to go down there and run,
Yes.
so it didn't have that big cage in it. You know what I mean? It had a stock car, like a stock cage in it.
And it always comes back to that. We keep saying it every time. It's safety. Who gives a shit? That is not going to make that car any harder. It's going to make the inside of that car harder, yes.
Right.
But it's not making control arms forward harder. It's not making humps to the back any harder.
Right.
I want as safe as possible for these guys because we do not want to see anybody get hurt.
Got to see a couple trannies come apart.
Apart. like grenade apart.
I hate that.
Yeah,
Hate seeing it. Scares the shit out of me, honestly.
it does. And usually those guys are somebody's revving the piss out of it, trying to get
You
it to
know,
go
there
in
was a
gear.
couple of them that I seen that broke on impact.
Yes. Yep. I don't know if bell snap, tail
Right.
shaft snap, but whatever. Tying them in might not have been the best idea at that point in time.
That's all roll the dice.
Yep.
Because I've heard people, they've come at me on that too. Well, these guys are locking these trannies. Lock yours.
Do it.
I
Nobody
wouldn't.
says you can't do it.
I wouldn't,
I wouldn't either.
but you can.
Yeah, but
Ask Jacob Green how that worked out for him last year. Ultra Bell said goodbye.
Oh, yeah. So congratulations to the Eddie boys. LS Screaming. Jarek has a new transmission that he just came up with.
That wagon took a beating.
Spragless tranny, and that bitch never missed a beat.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that raffle they did the other day? The benefit raffle?
I saw the raffle, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I had them choose me a random number. Sweet. I bought, I think, 3 or 4 spots. I think I got 24, and Rob Hewer had 23. And Rob Hewer won it. Because I don't ever win anything.
Well, that's luck of the Irish, they call it.
I guess.
But I don't think Rob's Irish.
I've seen him drink as such.
Yeah, I have. I've got to witness that. Compact dudes.
Dude, the amount of bullshit we went through to get Clayton Fernandez's car to pass tag.
Yep.
And he still only used his 2 times. Because you only got 1 retake.
Yes, sir.
That dude overinflated tires, put littler tires on the back, was willing to let somebody stroke the front of his car
To get it to know.
to get bumper height out of it.
It was bad. He came up and he still had all the cars on the trailer. And when he got there, and he said, "Get your tape measures out." I said, "What?" He's like, "Get the tape measures out before
They've already
I
called me."
even think about unloading these." I said, "Okay." So we got the bumper height measured. I said, "That one ain't even close." He's like, "What about that one?" Steven was like, "We could work with it." He's like, "What about that one?" He's like, "Not even close."
Not even unload it.
Yeah. And it was quick, and everybody's like, "Well, Clayton's leaving," and the next thing I know, he's pulling out on the track.
Yeah.
One of his buddies' teams, they
were down a man.
were down a man, and Clayton's was the closest one that could be adjusted to run. So
And I've talked to him. He did not drive like Clayton.
he did not. No, he didn't.
Because the whole time he was out there, I was like, the fuck if? You would drive like you normally do.
Duh. Yeah.
This would be over.
Yes. Yeah. But Danny's team, Hobbs's team, and Tyler Verdon, and
They
Was it
were out
Rocky?
there. There was some strategy and all that driving out there.
oh yes,
Except for Brady. He was turning it up.
yep. Tyler Pickens was turning it up. He grabbed the volume level and just turned that bitch to the right.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Nope. I think there was some, which we like to see stuff like that. Brandy. They were running Brandy Neal, Brandy Strong
Oh, yeah.
cars that week, and everything that was done for Brandy, I think they raised over
I don't know,
about six
I don't know,
grand.
$5,000 or $6,000.
I
It
think it
was
was $6,000.
crazy.
Raffle cars, and
But that's what we try to do.
yes,
Anytime somebody comes at us with a situation like that, which that was another deal. Don Reno called me. Hey, want to help these people out. And I'm sure he's going to give me shit about being, well, you don't have to tell people that.
well,
You got
that's
to give credit where credit's due.
correct, and that's the thing about Don. The Blake's deal, which they were teammates. Blake's deal last year, first thing he did, he was raffling off
Big stuff.
cars and bumpers and all sorts of shit.
I was out there measuring. So Clayton brought his car up for retag after he went change tires and all that shit. And I was out there measuring it on the pavement. And Reno's standing behind me. He's like, "Oh, son of a bitch, just let him run." I was like, "No, it doesn't work like that, Reno."
Who is now our
Okay.
head compact tech, and that was the deal. You know, that
And
was
I think
actually-
Jake's still gonna help too.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, sweet. Jake knows his shit. I think he's more into race cars and stuff now than he does derby stuff.
He likes to go fast in line.
Yeah, that straight line shit. And pray that nobody's in the way.
He's got a pretty bad Camaro.
Yes, he does. That Camaro doesn't look like it's no punk. So, but we got through it. Like
Hell,
I
we
said,
might even have Dudley a little bit.
he told me, I got out of my little hole there, and he told me that he was pretty much going to be done this year.
Yep.
I think except for Blizzard Bash. So he said he's just going to help tech on the compact side. He might throw a gut and go together, you know, for something down there for whether it's Jeff City Fair, you know, something like that. But he didn't really even sound that disappointed, you know, when he told me that. So maybe he's got to the point of wanting to transition out to just run a few times a year.
Well, and I'm not saying it's completely by choice, but you know, I usually only run 2-3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
With all this other stuff we've got going on, it's hard. I'm lazy. Parts are high.
Gas is getting higher.
Yeah, I get it. It's a lot of work.
It is.
It's a shitload of work,
Yeah.
and I'm not even building stuff to the caliber they're building. You know, I'm building stock cars.
I really truly figure a weld compact, you have pretty much almost the same man hours as you do a mod big car.
Yes,
I mean,
of course.
just,
For sure, the street stocks and limited welds, for sure.
yes. But, you know, we got through Mother's Day. I think most everybody was happy. We have, our next one is Salisbury. We're waiting on Mr. Josh Gordon's group. We don't know the payouts.
We do know that we're going to be there.
That's really the only thing that we got to worry about.
Yep.
We just having our asses there. So
Hopefully with our new lift. Now, don't get scared. Don't get scared.
that's kind of that's something. That's something we'll talk about off air. But we still got people hitting us. What's up with Boone County? What's up with Boone County?
Want to talk about it a little bit?
We can talk about it a little bit.
Royal Rumble's happening. And it seems like about bi-weekly we're getting money added to it. We're at a $3,000 payout for the Royal Rumble right now. 3-2-1.
3-2-1. Yep, that's what we set. And then there's people wanting to do some sponsorship stuff to throw something. Maybe it's, we're not really sure what they're wanting to throw it out to. If they're wanting to throw it to the winner, top three, or maybe.
We might start paying down some spots.
Correct.
Because my main goal on that whole deal is I'd like to get paid down around that 6th, 7th, 8th mark.
Yes. We will have for the stock class, we will have a Mad Dog payout for the Mad Dog Award. I'm sure Zane T is still going to build enough
I hope so.
kick-ass trophies. But
Is that kid ever going to run out of parts, or is Eddie tore
I'm
that
thinking
much
Eddie
shit up
breaks
over
that
the years?
much shit in the last 117 years that he has derbied.
Oh, you're going to catch shit over that?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. We'll come
'Cause,
do a shop and he'll give me a
because-
kiss on the cheek again.
Eddie has been on my nuts. Because I told him we'd be over there after
after.
Mother's Day.
Well, so what we need to do is we just need to get this straightened out to maybe we go over there right before Columbia, right before Boone.
Oh, we're gonna do it before then. Eddie's not gonna. He won't give up on me. He's gonna make me come over before that.
He is impatient.
He's got words, and he's wanting to get them out there. He's back,
He is back full tilt.
and I mean, come in hard. Got the dub.
After what 18, 19 months of not being
The
in a
wild
car.
adventures of Ed and Ted. I mean, you got to
Yes.
see it firsthand. Palmyra, Missouri.
Yeah. I actually got I talked to my boss.
I might have to start giving Zane T a cut because I keep getting kids calling me. I'm gonna build a car. I got to run a car. I've got to run a car. I'm like, all right. You need, this is what you got to do. And he's like, well, I'm friends with Zane. I'm friends with Zane. So I guess we're gonna have to cut Zane in on Filthy Promotions.
Maybe just give him for all this time. Next show he enters, we just cover his entry fee.
Or we may
Something
just
like
have
that.
to give him a finder's fee.
Yeah, yeah. But I got a hold of my boss, and I kind of brought it up to her and about Boone County actually coming back to Columbia. She doesn't really know much about the Derby side of anything like that. She's
No, especially in the profession you're in, I'm sure they don't.
no, we don't do the Derby side. We do the crunching shit, but
You do the aftermath.
yeah, we do the fixing instead of the destroying. But she told me that she's going to throw some cash out, and I told her whatever she would throw, I would match. Personally match my wife and I.
I heard something about $6,000.
I heard you're full of shit and smoked your breakfast.
Your breakfast.
But it'll be a little bit. It's probably not going to be nothing crazy.
Time for a hillbilly martini.
Hillbilly martini, olives, tomato juice, and John Deere beers.
Just a little bit of salt.
But we're going to do it a little bit. We're still going to have our normal classes, and then Royal Rumble. It'll be drawn numbers 1 through 30.
Which is going to deter some guys. Like, we know that.
It will, but I think you're going to have some guys that don't run stock stuff, run street stock or even light welds that will actually, I think, build down. To
If you're a
do
man
it.
of chance, this is your game.
If you're a gambler, some Kenny Rogers shit, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. It's going to be, we think it's going to be a good one. So we will get that info out later. For registration, yes, the stock class will be pre-registration only. We are only taking 30. If we get 50, we will do a live draw, live chip draw.
We'll do the poker chip thing just like we did at the driver's meeting in Palmyra.
Yep, we'll just do it from the basement or my pool or
Yeah.
however we got to do it, but it'll be videoed. This weekend, I mean,
Man, hell of a weekend. That damn derby.
that damn derby.
Um,
Did you see where Sauer was still cleaning the dirt out of his every orifice possible this morning? Still, so you had Bash for
What
Cash.
Skinny and them boys were down there, right?
No, Skinny went to Bash for Cash.
Did he go to Bash
Bash
Cash?
for
Yep, him and Fatty. They Derby Tees was actually videoing it, but they went down and Skinny went with AB Cat Tech, and
Oh, I got you.
he did some. He had a shitload of swag.
I seen that. I got
He
the
had a load of
Snapchat.
swag. Them guys, most of
You
those
know why I
guys-
like Skinny swag?
Cause he don't give a shit.
No, I like Skinny swag because that shit fits me.
It's built for a non-skinny guy.
Yeah, I mean, I
Skinny
think
swag
I need
is
to get
is
one of
big
his
boy
hats.
size.
I need to get his.
Well, I
Joe
straight
Biden
up,
hat.
I straight up stole his TSL hat. And Skinny, if you're listening, that bitch is comfy.
He left it at my house for the last week, and I have not taken ownership of it. So I am gonna have to get something from you. the next time we see each
We
other.
sent him and Bobby with parting gifts as well.
Same thing I'm drinking out of right here.
Little filthy promotion cup,
Yes,
courtesy
sir.
of Jessica.
Yep.
That would be Mr. Big Sid's old lady.
Yep.
Hit us up if you want one of those.
I think does Jess or Sid have a thing on
I
Facebook? I think.
don't know. If not, just message the page. We'll get you in the right direction.
Yep. I think they're $40 a cup.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
think.
But they're good cups.
Yeah, they're the big. They ain't no joke. They're like a.
and I think they can
cup.
customize them.
Yeah.
I think put your name on them and whatnot.
Yeah, I think Si's got his name on his. Girls, if you want a little more girly cup, she can put some glitter and sparkle shit in there for you. My wife just ordered her new outfit, so shirts, koozies will be in the works in a very extreme manner of speed. We hope.
Yeah.
So-
And we're going to try to keep these shirts down there on that cheap side. I mean, everybody loves a $10 shirt.
Not very many people like that $25 son bitch though.
Well, you know, as hard as I am on shirts, I just can't do it.
Well,
can't do it.
everybody likes $10 shirt launched from an air cannon.
Have you built the air cannon yet?
It's in the works.
Yeah, but if these
we
people
have
are
the
wanting,
slingshot.
if people are wanting to buy these shirts, I'm not going to shoot them at them after they give me $10.
I don't know. That would be real cool, especially if somebody like paid us $10 that we
Here you go.
kind of had an issue with. Yeah, shoot him right in the face. We don't want to see. We don't want nobody hurt, but it's kind of a little bit of gratification.
I just don't want to be knocking little kids off their feet.
The
You
air
know,
cannon has to go in air.
you know, mom and dad have worked all week to bring little Timmy into the Derby, and then here dickhead Steven blows Timmy off his feet into the stands with an air cannon. So,
Well, Dakota had the right idea when he was talking about launching the little mini pumpkins at the drivers.
Oh
I
man,
don't know how I feel about that.
that would be cool
It would
to
be.
watch it.
Okay, you all do it. I'm not fighting every driver that's on our track.
I told you I don't even have to shoot it. I could just probably throw one.
Okay, anyway, we're getting way off track here. We reel it back in. All right, so filthy swag coming,
Hard nose swag coming.
hard nosed swag coming. Boone County gonna be nasty.
Coming.
Salisbury next show, we're gonna be there. Like a matter of like 3 weeks.
You have hit on this so many times. That derby is one of those things where guys
we-
run once a year.
Are we gonna have? We're gonna have 50 cars. We're gonna have 75 cars. We're gonna have 20 cars. I think the Salisbury locals will take care
Like you said right there.
of the stock class.
Even in previous
Or even gut-gut.
episodes of they run one time a year and they run
Well,
that
shit,
show only.
there's quite a few compact guys. You got Kyle Boss and those guys up
Yeah.
there. You know,
Gary didn't get to run.
Right,
Gary's
well-
over that area. He had a little.
I hope he's doing better.
Yes, I talked to him on Mother's Day Madness, and he said I was wanting to drive.
Dude, he wanted to be out there
Yes,
so bad.
He wanted to be there, but he just.
Which Gordon, he sucked as normal at Palmyra.
But you were not. Your ass is the blackest. I'm gonna say it. He was in Illumina,
Oh yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you, I don't know why, but you know how hard it is to find a run and a drive in Illumina right now.
Well, he don't have to worry about it anymore
No.
because he bought all that drop-in shit.
Yes, but I tried to find one for my boy
Right.
because even though
I told you how to find these cars.
I know.
All you got to do is you start hitting these little back road towns that people don't derby in. And if I see a license plate that's over 3 years expired, I'm knocking on your door.
And then it's my luck. Well, I blew the motor. Well, shit.
Well, that's when you call Clayton.
Because evidently my kid is not maybe as much of an asshole as I make him out to be.
No, he for sure is. Clayton sees past that shit.
But Clayton was actually wanting to build my kid a gut and go for Pleasant Hill. They were going to have a youth gut and go.
And I keep telling Clayton he keeps getting closer and closer to the inner workings of Filthy Promotions, and he's going to get himself where he can't run anymore.
But he wasn't going to do that running our show.
I know.
He was going to keep it on the other side.
Did you see that I posted? I don't know if we've got to talk about it yet or not, but Shelbina, dude, itching already. They've already sent me their payouts. They got a flyer out.
Yep.
They're ready to do it. Their fair show, they're wanting to build it up just like we did Labor Day last year.
They're wanting their fair show.
They're wanting to have 2 of them a year. And, I talked to the fair board, kind of tried to help them set their payouts. They're wanting to test the waters with this show. And I would say the sky's the limits with their payouts if we put on another show like we did.
That's September.
Yes.
Like we've said multiple times,
Because they're not scared to spend the money.
No, Aaron and Phil and them guys, they're...
If it works, it works. And if it draws the crowd, they love it.
Because we've said it in previous times, they make their beer garden is so phenomenal.
And by phenomenal, he means there is not a line, and there is so many cold beers.
So many cold beers. 7 tickets for $20. I think that's what it goes.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to have a beer ticket. It's
And
delicious.
that's just because it cuts down on...
Standing there waiting for your shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to give you change back.
Yeah. That is ours.
I've seen my wife on the bar.
Yes, I've seen with the Moonshiners.
Yeah.
Moonshiners come over and they run
Now,
a beer garden.
we're not supposed to talk about that. I mean, how you got local entertainment there?
Oh yeah,
Yubi's always there.
the Ube. We had some boys around here that went up to Jim Falls, Wisconsin this weekend.
Memorial Madness.
John, I'm going to pronounce his name correctly, John Maywis. It looked
Everybody
like his
I
show
talked to
was
said
the
that shit was flawless.
Yes.
They said it was a well-oiled machine, and maybe I need to call the dude.
See if we can get some tips and pointers.
Something.
I talked to him at Spring X to see if we could even get him on here, and he kept saying no.
Absolutely
I was
not.
like, well,
he
dude,
told me absolutely not. He'll talk to me.
Yeah.
All I want to talk to him, but
He said his exact words to me. He says, no, I don't do stuff like that. In that old, Wisconsin accent.
Yeah.
I said, well, we talk about you enough. He said, no shit. I said, yeah. I was like, we talking about.
Well,
the
even if you don't
Argo
want to be
stuff.
on here, he can still.
Oh, he definitely said I'm gonna have to. He said, "Where is it at?" I said, "It's on Spotify." He said, "Okay, I'll get caught up."
Which I think on all that, we're switching over to a new account, right?
We are.
Just to try to kind of revamp this thing, and
Yep.
because we're trying to push it a little harder.
Yep. It'll be same platforms, plus a little bit more.
All right. Well, this one come with, I don't know. We had to pay for this one, right?
Yeah, this one costs us a little bit.
That's fine.
But
Our listeners are worth $9.99 a month.
they are. But I don't want to go out on a limb and say this, but I think I probably will. I think you're going to have I think we're going to be on Apple Play. We'll be on our normal Spotify, which most everybody listens to. I believe they upload it to YouTube as well. Where before, I think we were on 7 different platforms, and I think now we're going to be on like 14 or 15 different platforms. And once my wife is the
Chief editor?
yes, the chief editor. There you go. She'll be able to tell us exactly where. So when this thing fires off this week,
I think we're going to try to start doing a few vlogs with this stuff.
yep. We've already got the next one, the next mobile unit in line of where we're going to go. We are going to hit these guys up right before P Hill. I will tell
Somebody's
you,
cooking some crawfish. That's all I give a shit about.
his exact words were bet. So, and I think two of the three went to Jim Falls this weekend, and I saw Teddy was looking for another Lincoln, and Dalen told him that he was going to be on the 98 to 02 bandwagon before he knows it. So,
Yeah, so we're going to get over to the Brown shop.
yes, hang out with downtown and 020 and 03.
Maybe we'll get the secret on catching them local MILFs. I can always find them. I just can't ever catch them.
Yeah,
I don't know, but that sticker needs to go on downtown on the Brown's car.
Well, I think a couple of our wives can make stickers like that, so
I ain't sending my wife toward downtown.
Well, but the guys, they went up north. Looked like Teddy run it down to 6th.
Rob
Before
was
he had,
ninth,
I
but
think Teddy had flat or
we had 2 flats. He
right
was down
rear,
like
Chuck Plum off.
4 flats on the Cadillac,
Yeah.
but except he's in new style.
He run it down
Which
to 6th
I
with some
seen on
bad days.
Facebook that Teddy told Vic Whaley.
That he is a driver now.
Yep, and he don't need that old iron.
He doesn't need the old iron. He can wheel a Vic and a Lincoln. So he shouldn't have to worry about that.
I'm gonna hold him to it.
I think Rob run it down to 9th.
Yeah, and he broke a hub, I believe.
Yep. The car didn't look horrible. I mean,
Especially to be pulled out of the heat from Mad Dog.
yeah, the snap. Yeah, he.
Have we seen a switch flip on Rob Hewer?
Maybe he's at the certain age where the give a shit.
Midlife crisis.
It could very well could
See him
be.
in a new convertible here for too long.
Oh God.
I talked to Rob a little bit today, and I said, car didn't look too bad. I said, will we see it again? He said, oh yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. He can put some shit on it, and he can.
Well, those are actually decent rules that John's got up there.
I haven't even looked at them. Were they pretty
check 'em
close to
out,
our
yeah,
street stock
yeah.
stuff?
And then,
But
Good
it was
rules.
just 80 and newer, right?
Yep.
Okay.
and then Trey, he kind of caught the tail end of the stick.
Yeah, Trey looked like he got it
Had to
all
go to
hung
the
up on the old
Coliseum.
wall, but the magic that I saw Teddy's car after the heat, and it dumped straight down in the ass.
Well, we talked to George about that. You know,
Yep.
you never know what these cars are going to do.
It went straight down, and I think Teddy and Dalen and Mr. Chody, they
Worked their magic.
reworked that shit and pulled it up, and it was still tucked tight at the end of it.
And he used the back of it,
There is no
or
back
somebody
of
used the back of it.
it. There is no back of it. I mean, it was actually past. It looked to me like
Now
it was
I
past the rear end
don't put it
housing.
past Teddy. That car will be restubbed and back on the tracks.
He said he was looking for a stub too.
I haven't seen that yet. I guess.
Yeah, when he said he was looking for the Lincoln, he
Yeah.
wants a fresh, clean stub. as
Well, our head safety guy's got a clean bitch of a '93 Lincoln.
Three.
Yeah, so
He said he'd take $850 for it. So anybody that's looking for one, just throw us a message. Hell, he'll sell it right now. Complete minus cats.
he might deliver it for that fee.
I doubt it, man. He'd deliver it for $9, I'm sure.
Yeah,
If
since we
Teddy
got,
P wants it, I deliver it to Teddy P. But him getting it right now, I'm still on the if.
any farther than that this Biden gas, that shit gets way too costly.
Well, you know, Cy might be down for some trading on it. I heard he's looking for some old iron.
Oh, that might be a little bit. Man, he ain't gonna give up. He ain't gonna give up no old iron for a Lincoln.
Depends on what kind of old iron it is.
Well,
But if he had some Mopar old iron, he'd get rid of it in a heartbeat.
you gonna go ahead and go there? Because do you think he owns any Mopar old iron?
Not at all. He won't even look at them.
Correct.
Breaks my heart too.
But them guys went up to Jim Falls, did what they could do, worked their magic. You know, you get 2 guys out of the 3 that go up there, and they get in the top 10.
Did anybody get to see the raffle car for the Bass for Cash?
I saw I saw some Snapchats from Skinny of that raffle car, and whoever won that bastard did not cut it no slack.
Well, would you?
No. No.
I mean, come on.
It was pretty wicked, pretty nasty. And like I said, I don't even know who won it.
I really hope that I can back up here, before too long and try to catch up on some of these derbies we've missed.
Well, the problem is we all have families and we take little mini vacations, and you got to spend, when you get a few weeks away from the derby and stuff, you've got to use that time to get caught up, so we don't get to watch and we don't get to go. But dude, there's a badass show next weekend.
Yes.
This weekend.
Yeah.
This coming up. I mean, the T-Bone Memorial.
Yep. A couple local shows.
Yeah.
Vandalia
is the 4th.
and Huntsville.
Yep, is the 4th. And then you got the T-Bone on the 3rd and the 4th at the Oski.
And then the following weekend, P. Hill.
And then the following weekend, Madison.
Yep. Which I'm going to yard sale a Mopar in Madison.
You're going to what?
Yard sale that bitch. It'll be complete junk and ready for scrapyard after I'm done with it. It's sitting at my house. I finally rewired it. Got the radiator and everything in it. Got the plates welded up on it. Car's ready to go. It's ready to pull on a trailer right now.
Ready to go.
Yep. And I think my beautiful bride wants to ride with me.
She's going to ride.
So.
God.
Ride or drive?
She's going to ride with me.
She's going to ride.
Because I told you about the laziness and the lack of money for parts. That 03 that I got still sitting in the driveway. It's about half stripped though. So.
Oh, it is half?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's that other situation is when you're gone all week, it's kind of hard to get anything stripped out. Now my boy has got a summer job. He's actually there right now. So we're getting down.
But if anybody is bored on the 18th, come to Madison and watch me just destroy this in-body Mopar. I promise that I will not lose reverse because I'm not going to use it.
I don't know, you might be rubbing off on my kid, but he said from this drop of the flag, it's full send.
I'm going to leave on 3.
So when I count it down, I guess I can just skip 3. I can just go 5, 4, 1, go.
Well, just go 5, 4, and then everybody will know because I'm taking off after that.
Oh my God. But there are some killer shows coming up in the month of June. We are not going to be able to hit them all.
I will try to hit a few.
I am going.
Are we going to try to make it to P Hill? Or are we going to try to slide up there and watch that?
Yes. Just for Terry and.
Oh, for sure.
And Austin and them guys.
Filthy Promotions is going to do something for that last show. I don't know what it is yet, but we're going to do something.
September 17th is their last show. That's my birthday weekend, so maybe I can get my wife to drive and I can get wrecked. In the words of Clayton, just fucking get wrecked.
I don't know. Maybe Hard Nose will donate some. I don't know. We're going to do something. We're going to do something for somebody.
We'll get it figured out.
Maybe we'll find a waffle car.
Cy just said he was going to sponsor a raffle car for the street stock class.
I did not. I said maybe we could find one.
So he's going to build a fresh 76 Cadillac.
Oh my God.
If only I knew how to build one.
So he's going to pay to have it built. So he's going to come out of Caddy Nation shop.
Oh, God. Rob, I hope you're hearing.
Said he didn't care what it cost. Money was no object. He dropped the car and a blank check off all in one time.
Ow.
So who's going to go fly to China to catch his check?
Because he said that some bitch is going to bounce that far.
He said, don't take a check from him unless you can play basketball.
Yes.
But, we've got some... I'm going to sit here and say it. We've had some great guests on the phone with us and live with us.
We're going to try to get to doing more of that live stuff.
Yes. Like, Stephen hit off the bat, a few things have changed. But we're not going to let this thing die quite yet. We're hard-headed.
No.
And we'll ride it until she dies.
Oh, yeah.
You're hard nosed.
We're hard-nosed. That we are.
Oh, man. Speaking of hard-nosed stuff, Justin Broadhead come up with a killer new logo. Can't wait to get that posted up.
That is badass.
Sick. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that is.
You all can't see it yet, but it is tough.
That will be on our shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're looking for any, I know we've got buddies that do a lot of the decal stuff, but, Justin Broadhead of Broadhead Graphics, he took care of the Team Havoc guys.
And their stuff look killer.
Their shit look good, even mashed.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean mashed. So they, I think, is he doing gonna do your wraps and roofs on too?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna leave the Track Shot Live graffiti on the Mopar for Madison.
Because I got to get I still got to get the boy roofs on. I probably better.
I will just cut the roof out and fold it up.
Just give him T-tops.
Oh, so where are we going next? So for sure we'll be at P Hill.
Yep.
We'll have stickers again.
Yep.
I'll have a bunch of beers.
I might have a bunch of beers.
I'm gonna have a bunch of beers.
Okay.
I'm good at it.
Deal. And then we've got some guys running Madison on June 18th.
Yep.
And then we turn around and we go tech and officiate June 25th at Salisbury.
Yep.
For the Salisbury Lions Club and Mr. Josh Gordon. And then do we get a break?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, we get a little bit of a break.
We do until July 9th.
Mm-hmm. So it's not a huge break, but it's a break.
It's a couple weeks, but it's enough to kind of get your breath and.
But again, you're not building the track up there at Chilbana.
Correct.
Yeah, but we'll be there for that because
Yeah.
we told them that we would be there to make sure that it's what we want to stand on.
Correct.
I think I'm hosed though because I don't think I can go up Friday because I think I have a tractor pull.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's when it comes back to this signing this no complete clause shit. I haven't got that done yet. So, I've never done a tractor pull. I've done a lawn tractor pull before.
Which I'll probably come help you with that one.
And I think I've got to get something before that. I think I'll talk to you here.
The worst part is you get to do the pull, but then I don't get to come to the derby because I got to be.
That's right, because you've got your stuff
all that
for
weekend.
that weekend stuff.
Which that's the Paris Old Trashers.
Yes.
Thrashers, sorry.
Yes, Paris Old Thrashers. So it's a
Which our head safety guy is El Presidente.
El Presidente.
That I am.
So busy summer, busy.
I have to get Bill
summer.
Skiles back up here. Get him filling in on some of the stuff.
I was gonna say we're gonna have to start sending him south.
Mm-hmm.
That Jeff City, Eldon area.
Is Eldon this weekend too?
Son of a bitch. Serious?
I think so. Let me look.
Oh my Christ.
I think that Lucky Sevens Eldon show is this weekend. Oh, a little radio silence here, eh?
Well, not really radio silence, but everybody's
Eldon,
grabbing their
June
phones.
4th.
June 4th.
Demolition Derby and their figure eight.
Son of a. So you've got Eldon with Lucky Sevens next Saturday. You have J&B at Vandalia next Saturday.
And I'm pretty sure they redid their arena down there at Eldon.
Did they?
I think so.
Then you got CDP at
Huntsville.
Huntsville.
which ought to be a decent show too.
Yeah.
Because I think Huntsville had a pretty good show last year.
Yeah, that's the first time they had a derby for a long time, I guess. But you know, if you're a derby fan, driver, fanatic, or just don't have a damn thing to do on a Saturday, go hit one of these guys up. You know, go to one of these shows.
Yeah, because you've got
Take a kid with you.
J&B, CDP, Lucky Sevens. You know, all good shows. I mean,
Yeah.
and I know everybody's going to look at that whenever I say stuff like that. And they're going to be like, well, why do they have to do it on the same weekend? Well, a lot of that's not up to the promoter.
No, they don't have a choice.
You know, that's up to the fair boards. And, you know, you take, and nothing against fair board people, don't take it that way. They don't look past what they've got going on there.
Correct. They look at what they have, and it's not selfishness.
No.
Like the Shelby County Fair has been the same weekend
Yep.
every year.
Well, that used to be Hell Weekend, remember?
Yeah. Because they do
Kirksville.
Kirksville and
And-
Sturgeon
Yeah.
the very next weekend. So you'd have 3 derbies
Well, one of them was a Friday night.
in 7 days. Yes.
Kirksville, it might have been Kirksville and then Shelby the same weekend.
Yep. And then you got Steve Turlo's stuff at Memphis and Cahokia.
Yeah.
They all, or Lewistown.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Cahokia, Lewistown. They'd all hit at the same weekend. So you'd have Memphis on one night and Lewistown on the other night.
I wouldn't
Plus
mind going and
everything
running a
here.
little bit of lunatic stuff.
You probably don't have enough of a welder.
Yeah, but they've got that lighter class now.
That the last one I went to, that lighter class is pretty much like our street stock class.
Yeah, then I'm out.
They call it a wire class.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's for like 9-wire or welding wire. I haven't really figured that part out, but you know, all the ex-boys, they would run up there and just be turned up to, you know, 8,000 RPM the entire night, and but Steve and them guys, they put on a good show. I mean, it's heavy built cars.
Well, and you were talking about next weekend, man. I think Wagner's got a show next weekend, too.
Is that the one in Owensville?
No, I think it's Union.
Union? Jesus.
Yeah.
So now it's going to start the hell summer,
Oh, yeah.
you know. I know a lot of...
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Wagner's running Lunatic's bone stock rules.
Really?
Yep. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is.
Huh. So, you know, like I said, if you're a parent or a single guy, most of these places, they have beer gardens.
Even a
If
single
not-
mom, don't be discriminating like
I'm
that.
sorry. Even if they don't have a beer garden, most of the time they'll let you bring a cooler in, and you know, if you want to partake on a few adult soda waters and hang out and watch shit get destroyed, I mean, that's definitely going to happen. So just
Get ready for the summer, because it's going to be one for the books.
I'm not ready for this summer.
I'm ready for a career change.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about, work or derbying.
Is that another, what'd you call that shit?
It's a hillbilly martini.
Hillbilly martini. But guys, we've got, you know, like I said, we've got some changes in the works. Hard nose side and the filthy side. Where hopefully stuff is gonna happen sooner than later. But just hang out with us. We will make it happen.
Just give us a minute. Get this
Just
everything
a,
transitioned over,
yeah, just a minute. We hope.
which I know that you all have already given us 3 weeks.
But the bad problem is half the new equipment still hasn't showed up yet. We had to
We had to commandeer a laptop for this.
Yeah, my daughter's, because the new one with all the programming stuff still isn't here yet. So the chief editor and our IT tech lady of my wife, she's got this lined up for us. So hopefully the next episode that you guys will be catching, we will be remote at another remote location, as long as somebody doesn't have to work on that day. And I need to give them guys at least a few days heads up on crawfish boil, because that shit is definitely happening.
Somebody's driving home from there too, so I'm getting drunk.
I bet you there's enough cars sitting out in the pasture we could probably just crawl in the driver's seat.
There you go.
I mean, it's not like Simonton's wagon. Probably not as roomy as that one, but
You seen Alan Brown's house? There's a bed in that place somewhere.
there's a bed somewhere, I'm sure. If
If not, he's got the old
hardwood
RV
floor.
outside.
Yep, and the hardwood floor. I did feel proud the other day. I was thinking about Simonton when I was doing it too. It was making me happy. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about being in the bedroom.
No.
Because I catch myself thinking about Simonton every once in a while too.
That long flowing hair.
Yeah. Just
God,
something about that.
And it's something about that Illinois side. It just makes it even worse. So, but guys, hang with us.
We're back!
We're back, bitches. Make junk.